Melissa here in Tech It Out. In this video, I go a little bit more in depth about how to use Google Docs to create work you can use with your students. I go into how to format text, how to use the research tool, insert hyperlinks to websites, as well as inserting links to other documents in your Drive. It is a little bit longer as I cover a lot of information, but I hope you find it helpful. The first thing I'm going to do is go up to the tic-tac-toe shaped icon in the corner of my page. I'm going to click on it and go to my Drive. Now, I've already created a document for the purpose of the screencast to show you the end product, to give you some context about where I'll be going. If I were a science teacher and I wanted to teach the phases of mitosis, I may create a handout that looks something like this. I have a title, an image, some basic information. I also have a Khan Academy inserted here, and I have a link to a form. So let's go ahead and show you how I did this. I'm going to close this tab and I'm going to start from the beginning. I'm going to click on Red New and Google Doc. The first thing I usually do is give my document a title so that it doesn't get lost. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the words Untitled Document. A pop-up box appears, and I'm going to label it Mitosis. Now, I'd like to start by inserting a title on my paper, and I'm a big fan of using headers. So if I go over to Insert, you can see the header option down here. Click on it, and you can type in, phases of mitosis. Now, I want this to be centered, so just like a Microsoft Word, I can highlight it. I can center align my text using these shortcuts right here. I can make it bold. I can change the size. I can also change the font. Now, the font's a little different in Docs. The drop-down menu at first is fairly limiting, but you'll see this More Fonts option down here. It brings up a pop-up box with many more options. And what it does is you can click on as many as you like, and it will add those ones that you clicked on into that initial drop-down menu. So if I look here again, you can see I've chosen these, well, really these 4 to add to my collection. So I can choose one. And let's see, I'll move it down a little bit. Okay, so I've got my phases of mitosis. Now I'd like to add in a picture. A tool that's really neat that Google Docs has is something called a research. So if you go into the Tools menu, there's this research link. If I click on it, a box opens up on the right-hand side of my page. Now this research tab is directly connected to the Google search engine, which we all go to for information anyway. So now it's here in one place. So now I'm going to type in mitosis, and Google automatically starts to fill in some information for me. Now what was neat is if I click in this box, I can filter my results. I want to start by images, so I'm going to click on images, and it will refine my search to just include images. So I'm going to find one that I like here. Let's see, okay, let's take this one. I'm going to click and drag and just drop it onto my document. And I want to show you something really neat. Do you see how there's a footnote right here, a number 1? If I scroll down to the bottom of my page, look what it's done for me. It's already cited the source where I got my picture. How great. No more copyright issues. All right, I'm going to center align my image. You can edit your image by clicking on the image itself. You get your formatting corners. You can make it larger. You can also do things like reset it to its original, crop the image. You can even put a box around it if you'd like to put a box around it to make it look nice. Okay, so I've got my title. I've got a nice image to start my handout with. Now I'd like to add some text. So I'm going to go back over here to my research tool, and I could simply just start typing in the definitions because as a science teacher, I know my phases of mitosis, but I'm going to make it easy for myself. I'm going to go back to everything. And I'm going to find a website that I'm familiar with, this Biology for Kids. I can preview this website right here, take a peek at it. I could insert a link directly into my document that would take my students to this page, or I could just cite it saying I used it to get information. In this case, I'd like to take a closer look, so I'm going to actually close this preview and click on the blue hyperlink itself. A separate tab opened up, and here's my Biology for Kids. Now for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm not going to copy a ton because I don't want it to take up too much space. I'm just going to copy a title and 2 of the faces. Now I can copy this, go back to my mitosis tab, and I can right click and paste it right in. Now, of course, I want to cite my source, so look how easy this is. I can go right back over to this Biology for Kids, click on the word cite, and there it is. That number 2 footnote appeared, and at the bottom of my page, there it is, Biology for Kids. Now again, just like Word, you can format this however you see fit. I'd like to left align it. I'm going to make it a bit smaller for the purpose of the tutorial. I'd like everything to fit on the same page. I do want my subheading to stand out a bit, so of course I can make it bigger, I can underline it, and you can format to your heart's content. Now, I'd like to give my kids some access at home for help. So I happen to know that Khan Academy has a video for mitosis. So over here in my research bar, I'm going to add the word video. And if I scroll down, I can see it right here, Phases of Mitosis, Cell Division from Khan Academy. Now, I know what it looks like, so I don't really need to preview it. I would like to just insert this website as a link. So I'm going to click Insert Link, and there it is. There's the title of the video, and it is hyperlinked already. So when the kids were to get this piece of paper, they would simply click here and click on the video link. It would open up a new tab that would take them directly to the Khan Academy video. So now here they have a picture, they've got some text to define the different phases, and now they can watch a Khan Academy video. I'm going to close these extra tabs and go back to my mitosis document. Okay, one last thing. As a teacher, I want to check understanding, and I want to make sure that my kids are doing their homework. So I've already created a form to monitor their comprehension. I'm going to show you that form first. I'm going to go back to my Drive tab up here. It's right here, Phases of Mitosis. I'm going to show you the live form vision, and I'll go over in another tutorial how to make one of these on your own. But as you can see, there's a form. I have an embedded video, and I have a couple questions that I want the kids to be able to answer. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and say, check your understanding here. Now I can highlight this. I can right click over my terms, and I can link it here, or I can highlight it and link it up here. When I click on this, I have to go find the URL that's attached to my quiz. So how do you get that? Here's your quiz that you've already created. Under the Send Form button, here's your link to share. So all I have to do is copy this and paste it right into here. Hit apply, and it's turned blue to show that it's become a hyperlink. Now when my kids get this paper, they would click here and on the hyperlink, and it would take them directly to their quiz. So I'm feeling pretty good about myself as a science teacher right now. I have a nice handout, a picture, some text to help them with their understanding of the different phases of mitosis. We have a Khan Academy video, and a way for me to monitor that they're actually doing their work. Now, the final thing I need to do is share it with my students. So I can go over to my blue share button like we've done before. And because I've already created my kids in a group, and I don't have any students of my own, I have technology mentors, so I'm going to use them. I can start typing in the name of my group. And here they are. Pops up. I have 25 people in this group. I would click on them. Here are their names. In this case, I don't want them to be able to change my work. I want them to only view this paper. I like what I did. I'd like to keep it that way. Change it to Can View. I can add a note to say, please do this homework by Friday, and I can send it. Now, I'm not going to actually send this to them. The other way that I could send this is by clicking this Get Shareable link. If I click here, this is the web address that I could copy and paste into an email or on a website to give people access to my mitosis document. Okay, that's it for today. There's obviously more that you can do with Docs, but you'll see now that it looks very similar to Microsoft Word. The nice thing is that it is powered by Google, and we do get some really neat tools that come along with that partnership. Thanks for watching.